Hello, my beautiful cuddlebugs. Welcome to Ramblings of a Book Dragon, where we dive into the warmth of good books and unravel stories that feel like a literary hug. I'm Allie, your host, and I'm thrilled to embark on another cozy adventure with you. So grab a cup of your favorite beverage, snuggle into your cozy reading nook, and let's begin. But before we do, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe so that you won't miss a single episode. I really value your feedback and recommendations. Now let's begin. So I saw the pro shot of Hadestown last night, and oh my gosh, it was absolutely amazing. It was everything that I wanted and more. It was just so wonderful because I saw the stage version of it a couple of years ago, and I've of course seen some of the quote slime tutorials that are online. And so it was just so wonderful. For those who don't know, Hadestown is a musical that blends the stories of Orpheus and Eurydice and also the story of Hades and Persephone. And it's just gorgeous. And the fact that we got the pro shot with the whole original cast, just stunning because it's just so wonderful because we follow Hermes, and like it's showing the wealth difference between the gods and humans, and it's set in essentially some sort of really bleak, very dark, sad, bad place where the humans, like because of the extremes with the weather, it's like they're either too hot or they're too cold, and everyone is poor, everyone's downtrodden, they're the have-nots, and the gods are all very nicely dressed, as they should be for being the gods. But with seeing the but it follows but Orpheus is a poor boy and he's the son of a muse, but this didn't help him at all in his life. And he meets Eurydice, who is also a poor girl, and she's been just wandering around, and they meet. He convinces her that he's writing a song to get the gods, to get Hades and Persephone to realize that they're in love with each other and to fix things. However, because he is, quote, touched by the gods, his head is in the clouds as he is too busy focusing on writing this song. And because of this, Eurydice, she's more focused on the here and now of surviving. And Hades finds her, says, "Oh, you're a songbird. Here's a ticket to Hadestown." And because she accepts these two coins, she dies. And so then Orpheus, because he finds out that she was taken, he goes down to find her. He wants his wife back. And it's just gorgeous music, gorgeous everything. And the fact that it's a pro shot and the way that they did some of the scenes, especially when people sometimes are sinking down, you see them looking down and see like at with that's happening, and the fact that we now have a pro shot of seeing close up like the expressions, like especially I don't know if this was the actress for Persephone or this is a general thing, and that's the thing that I love about these different versions is the different ways that the actors portray them. Like the original Orpheus being played by Reeve Carney is such a sweet little cinnamon roll. He's so innocent to the world, and you really just feel that innocence, especially when he's singing "Wait for Me," and he's like, you just want to wrap him up and just protect him from everything. But of course, his head is too in the clouds, and he doesn't realize just how bad and sad the place is until he's in Hadestown and he gets beaten up for coming there and trying to take his wife back. But and also it's an allegory, of course, with politics and everything. But I wanted to mainly talk about just how amazing the pro shot was after yapping about everything else, especially since we got close-ups of things. And because of these close-ups, there were definitely areas that I had missed from when I saw it previously, like with Persephone's facial expressions. Like she's just so sad and depressed, and she's just having basically a panic attack when she's realizing everything that Hades did to try in his own way to make Hadestown better for her because he turned it into building a wall into a city to try to make it light, bright, warm, because that's all the reason. That's he thinks that that is why she's going up to the earth to see the sun, to feel the warmth. But it's too hot, it's too warm, it's too much. And then also when Hades first sees Eurydice and she's just having this like look of fear, like he's going to take her away too. And like she doesn't want him anywhere near, but she can't do anything about it. And it's just so many amazing things. And then the fact that the Fates, they're always there, they're always in the back. And they're either singing with the chorus, they're either singing along with the chorus, or when it's time for them to come in, they're singing to the people. But I found it interesting, like I hadn't noticed this before, that when they're singing to the humans, they're just like basically those thoughts in the back of your mind, like especially like when doubt comes in, and singing to Eurydice about how that when the chips are down, like they're not really having a conversation. They're more just whispering those thoughts. I love the different ways that Anais Mitchell, the writer, she just did all these different things. And then like when they were singing to Hades about this plan, it was more of a conversation of talking to him and telling him what he should do, this idea, because he didn't want to just let Eurydice go, but not because he wanted her, but because it was going to cause more issues down the road. Like if he just let them go, he would be seen as weak. And so they're still speaking to him and still kind of they're always manipulating things behind the scenes. But I hadn't realized before that they were always there. And then just seeing the expressions on the actors' faces was just amazing to see the way this pro shot was done. I'm so excited that able to see this, and the fact that they've extended the run. It was originally only supposed to be 5 days. And I found it funny that people were talking about, like, with the Odyssey being released at the same time, like you could do a double feature like a couple of years ago when it was the Barbie, when it was Barbie and Oppenheimer and Barbenheimer. You could do what was it that they were saying? Odyssey Town or Hades. I think that was one of the things, like the people were trying to figure out the best terminology for the double feature. But I think you would definitely want to see the Odyssey first, I think, if you're going to do a double feature, because then you're going to get all of the action, you're going to get all of the chaos there. But then I don't know. I think that might be more of a self-soothing thing in a way to see Hadestown, because it's a musical, but it's also a sad song and it's a tragedy. And that's the thing that I love too, is that every single time, like, you know what's going to happen, especially if you've seen this musical before. And the way that they did that, especially, a spoiler, especially at the end when Orpheus looks back, the way they did that shot, I knew it was coming, and I still gasped every time. Like, I was seeing comments about like people seeing it and gasping. It's like, you're always gonna gasp because you're always like, and especially with the way, because I wasn't sure how the pro shot was going to look, but it was brilliant. Oh, it was just so good. Everything about this was 10 out of 10. Absolutely an amazing pro shot. I was actually tearing up a little bit. And then just with seeing Reeve Carney as Orpheus. And I also hadn't realized, or maybe I just wasn't paying close enough attention, that the whole thing with the flower, it's because of when he was first singing to her and showing like, hey, this is my plan, and la 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 laing, he manages to produce the flower. And they're both surprised. And so he gives her the flower to say like, hey, if I'm able to do this with just this, imagine. And that's the whole reason why she agrees to even marry him, is because she's able to produce this flower, because this song is an old song and everything. It's from way back when, etc. And I hadn't realized that what I guess maybe just hadn't clicked before, that was where that flower came from. And it's why he was holding it, because this is their link. And it's just Just all these different things that you will not necessarily see. And then, like, especially like when the riots are starting to happen and they're starting to rise up against Hades, and like with the helping each other up, and they're doing the different expressions. I think that's the main thing. And as much as I love going to the theater to see productions live, you don't always necessarily get the in-depth, because there's just so much to see on the stage. And of course, I know that with the pro shot, it's still not necessarily the same thing as seeing it on stage, because you're seeing everything all at once. And this is them kind of showing you kind of more what they're wanting you to focus on. But it's still just, I think that really helps though when you're kind of having a bit more of a direction. And it was so well done. It was so sweet and so wonderful. And just seeing everything that was happening on the stage and with the music, and putting the faces to the voices. Like, it's nice to see the slime tutorials, of course, but it's never going to be the same thing as either a live production or a pro shot. And I'm hoping that, especially since we're also having 6 come out soon, it's like sometime in August, I think I saw. And the fact that we're now getting 6 as well, I'm really hoping that this means that we're going to be getting more pro shots, especially with seeing the fact that this has had such amazing accolades. And okay, it may not be to the same degree as, say, the Odyssey, whatever. I'm hoping that this means we're going to get more pro shots, because I know we don't need every musical to be turned into a pro shot, but this is something that I've been fetching about for a long time. But if it gets to the point where it's going on a tour, I think that they should have that budget to be in place. I mean, I don't know how it works with pro shots and the costs and getting the original cast back together. Like, I know that's the whole point, is to have the original cast back together. But if it's getting popular enough that they're talking to the other stages, they're talking to the other theaters, and they're creating this tour, I would hope that it would just be so nice to have more pro shots, especially like, it would just be so nice to, like, even if it's not a pro shot to this degree, like, even if it's just recording the stage, sometimes that's all that you need. And just a professional version. Like, it doesn't have to be all the theatrics. It doesn't have to be all the different angles. It doesn't have to be 50 million. I don't know. There just has to be some sort of way for us to be able to get that, because there's so few pro shots. But then sometimes I do question, how do some of these pro shots get approved? Like, we have Heathers, now we have Hadestown 6, and of course we have Hamilton, and I think there's a couple others. But some of them are like, I mean, Heathers is good, and it was done by Roku, which I thought was very interesting. It's like, there is a space. Like, it shouldn't just be when it's on tour. We should be able to watch these whenever we want. Oh yeah, that there's more of them too, I know, but those are the ones I have off the top of my head. But I'm hoping that this means that there's going to be more pro shots that are approved, more things that we can get whenever we want, more availability. But yes, I was hoping to get a really good version of Wait For Me, and especially with Wait For Me Reprise, and just seeing it and the way that they did it, it was so good. And if you have a chance to go see it, I highly recommend, because I'm blotzing. I'm just so good. And especially because you get such a more in-depth experience of seeing all of the expressions, of just seeing more things that you missed if you saw it either on a slime tutorial or on stage. There's going to be so many things that you will have noticed. And then just with seeing the original cast and the way that they did Hades, because the actor, he broke his foot or his leg. Something happened, and they were still able to have him in the show. He was still able to do this, and the way that they decorated his cast, it was just so, like, it worked perfectly. The way that they did this, it's still it worked perfectly and it just made sense. And I was just so glad that they were able to do this. But yes, I think I have done enough rambling about this, other than me just continuing to squeal about this show because it was just like, oh, my sweet cinnamon roll. I just wanted to, and like, he is my Orpheus because he is just such a sweet cinnamon roll baby at heart. And the fact that he is so downtrodden and the way that the story repeats itself, especially like at the end, I think that was just brilliant. That is just like, you always hope the story is going to change. And it is a love song and it is a tragedy. And while there is a happy ending for Hades and Persephone, and it's still so sad because they were so close. Like, damn it, Orpheus, why did you have to turn around? Why? Like, there were only 4 freaking steps or 5 steps. And I know this it's always going to be the same thing, but the way that they did this, they had her just sucked in. It was so, so good. And but I do love with the fates that they're just like these pesky pain in the ass women that just love messing with people. And the fact that they also were kind of messing with Hades, and I just love that they're always there. They're playing their instruments. And I know this is all very serious, but I just love how they're just messing. They're just being messy, little messy people. And I just love it. And everything about it was so good. And the fact that, and I don't know if this was in the production that I saw or if this was Andre de Shields. Because I'm trying to remember the differences between the two, but I love the fact that at the end, when Hermes was telling them the rules that Orpheus has to walk ahead of her and he can't look back, he had his back to them because he didn't want to share this news until he turned and said, "This is a trial," and like, he doesn't want to be the one to break the news. This is his boy, this is his friend, the son of his friend, and he wanted them to succeed. He was really, really hoping, like, just his heart was broken at the end, but he was like, you can do this, but you have to understand that this isn't a trick, it's a test. And I love that little note where, like, he didn't want to be the one to share this, but Hades told him to do this, so he did it. And I thought that was really interesting too, that Hermes doesn't sing along. Like, he is silent unless he has something to say, like, as he is continuing to narrate the story, as he's continuing to push the story along, as he's talking to Orpheus and Eurydice or talking to others. He's quiet, but he's always standing there watching. But in the Fates, they're quiet when certain people are singing. But if there's the chorus or if they're needing to mess around, like I was rambling about with all this, I just thought it was just so good. Just go see it. If you liked the version online, if you just go see it. And I need to look to see when 6 comes out. Like, if I thought I saw that it was a one night only, which I think is also kind of fucked up. Like, really? One night? I really hope it's not one night. Like, it's our queens. And that one was really fun to see on stage. And what I'm really also hoping is that these are available for purchase. Like not just through a subscription like Apple or Disney Plus or anything like that. I'm really hoping you can purchase it, you can own it as much as you can own anything anymore, blah, blah, blah. But I'm really hoping this will be available because I like a DVD or something, because it is like video on demand, whatever version you want to get. But yes, I will catch you beautiful cuddlebugs next time. And if there's any recommendations for any musicals that you want me to go see or listen to or review, please let me know. Catch you next time. Goodbye.